Today I'm going to use this tool called excalidraw for a small system design problem. Okay, so this is actually just for my own practice and getting familiar with this tool. In fact, I have used only once or maybe twice, but I'm still like struggling to use this tool. This is really a good tool, but I'm not used to use some internet or web-based tool. I usually do whiteboard. So you can also use this, learn something from this session maybe. Okay, so we are going to actually build a system for parking lot. Okay, so let me make it big. Yeah, oops, how to move this? Let's see this. Okay, this is how to move. Okay, cool. Now, okay, a few things here. We can click them and draw these objects. Fine, fine. So parking lot, design a parking lot, right? So I have to change this again. Okay. So design a parking lot. Okay, this is our design question. Okay, now let's let's think about this. Okay, so let's ask some questions to our interviewer about the functional requirement. So let's see, let's write something here. Functional requirement. Some people also say constraints. Okay, yeah, I can say like use cases. Okay, yeah, whatever you can choose, but usually I have seen a lot of people are using this. Actually, there is no hard and fast rule to go like this, but I think if we follow this 5-step approach, we can actually tackle a system design interview in a proper way. So the first one is functional requirement or use cases, we can say. So take this. Okay, so what do we want here? Let's write it down. So what do we want here? We want to, of course, like when we want to design a parking lot, we should ask like what kind of parking lot. Is it a standalone some parking lot, or let's say it's a web-based parking lot, right? And when like whatever it is, it could be web-based or it could be a parking lot where there are kiosks and you go and um, book a parking lot. There are we are going to deal with hundreds to maybe 1,000 spot parking lot, and it is like resource, like you go to a location and then you park from wave, or go to some location and park, right? So we are not dealing with a lot of actually resources to manage, right? So clearly we should ask like, is it web based, or is it like is it a kiosk that I'm going to use in the place where I'm going to park? So of course, like usually companies ask about web based, so it's a web based. Okay, okay, web based, fine. And again, parking lots need spot, so we should um, um, so yeah, of course, like you can ask like how many spots you have. Okay, are we going to design for the whole country? It's a very big parking company, right? um, or are we just targeting a city or a small area? Okay, so let's say it's a, like for example, let's say it's a web based, and let's say we are actually targeting, let's say 10 places in USA. Okay, let's say 10 cities in USA, or 10, I would say, let's talk about like only 10 places right now. Okay, it could be USA or some place, but 10 place. Okay, each having, let's say, 1,000 spots, right? So this is a, I would say, like very small small parking lot we are booking. Okay, so it's about um, booking, design a parking lot. We can say actually booking parking lot, so booking functionality, right? So web based, 10 places, 1,000 spots. So users can book or cancel. Okay, So we are looking about like how will we book, how will we cancel. We are talking about flat rates here, like maybe a $10 per spot, okay. And we are also talking about how many types of parking spots here. So it can be like, you know, a small size, a mid size, and a big size, okay. So three three types of three types of three types we are going to deal, okay. Of course we need a payment integration because we want money, that's why we are building this, right. So payment integration, okay. um, Less important, by the way, I mean this is actually more important, but for this particular design, how will we build these payment you know, components and all, we can actually, yeah, out of scope we can say, or outside, yeah, out of scope, okay. Right now, okay, as long as we build the payment integration, we are fine, okay. Three types of so this is 10 places, hundreds, okay, fine. We spoke about little bit of functional requirement. Let's talk about the non-functional requirement, okay. um, hmm, okay, non-functional requirement. So usually when we are talking about non-functional requirement, we talk about availability, we talk about latency, and we talk about scalability, okay. So yeah, availability, cool. Non-functional requirements, okay. So how much, of course this is, I would say, highly available, okay. I mean, of course we want to be able to book whenever we are going to the website, we definitely want to book, right. So the website has to be running all the time, yeah. We don't want down to servers to be down, okay. So I'll say high HA, okay. HA, of course, HA, and yeah, 99.99%, okay. So yeah, I mean there are some there could be some scenario where some parkings are available only during the day, some things during the night, but yeah, we don't want something like that here. We definitely want um, to be highly available, okay. Latency, yeah, I think usually like again we are talking about 1000 spots, 10 places. I think latency, it's okay to not to be uh, like, I mean it's okay to be slow responsive, but we don't want to fail the transactions, right. I mean, um, it can be slow while booking for a user, for example, a there is already a user which who has come to book the parking lot, then he can wait, I mean we can put them in wait sometimes until someone else has booked already, right. So the I mean the wait can depend on like what kind of parking lot we are building, right. As I initially said, that it could be web based or it could be actually spot based, right. In the same place you are there, like for example you go to a you know spot and there is a kiosk and you want to book a parking lot. At that time you actually go and stand in the queue, right. So we have to build something similar for the web-based system also. So yeah, latency is fine, like okay, I would say not highly ultra latency system we don't want to build here. Scalability, yeah, scalability, actually I think we want to build a system which can scale. uh, yeah, I mean how would I want this to scale? For example, let's say my design, my company um, is actually fine. It's I mean 10 places, 1000 spots we are selling, and we are able to manage this very well. And maybe tomorrow we want to scale it to, let's say, 1000 places. Maybe we want to scale it to, let's say, throughout US, right. So yeah, we want definitely want to be scalable, okay. Yes. So scalable system. Okay, so yeah, and we did not talk much about the consistency here, right? So for example, it is a highly consistent system. Okay, as I said, it is low. I mean, we don't want, um, we are okay to wait, but it has to be highly consistent. Means no, like not two users will be actually going and booking the same spot. Okay, so our transactions has to be atomic. We so we have to build such a system which has this mechanism in uh, in such a way that we will actually not allow multiple bookings for this same spot. So we we want consistency here. Consistency is really important, otherwise, yeah, a lot of, I mean, chaos will happen here, right? So yeah, so we want to say highly consistent. Okay, yeah. Now fine, we have actually spoke about non-functional requirement. Okay, yeah, we spoke about like book, cancel, three types small. Okay, payment integration. Fine, what else am I missing? So yeah, search, of course we need search. Okay, users will be able to search availability. Okay, availability also, right? So definitely this is important. We need to be able to search how many spots are available. But again, like we are talking about 1000 spots, 10 places. Yeah, not much traffic. So yeah, but yeah, we need this search capability. Fine. Now let's talk about what else. APIs. Okay, so let's talk about APIs. As I said, we should be able to create, order, or maybe book. I'll call it book, right? So we can say book. Okay, um, book a spot. What spot? What kind of spot? So I can say uh, type, right? Type. Yeah, do we allow, again, we should have asked one more question. Did did we do can we allow more than one booking, spot booking? Can we allow more than one spot booking? I would say that for simplicity, let's not allow more than one. Okay, so we'll just say type, right? Book type. Okay, so yeah, like small. So this is one API, book. Okay, we want a API search availability. Okay, search. um, what what else do we need here? Yeah, search should be able to show all the spots available for a particular location, right? So there will be 10 location, and user will select one location, and then um, it will go and fetch the availability for that particular location. So I'll say location ID. Okay, so we'll say location ID. Okay, um what else? I think, yeah, let's go with this. Yeah, let's go with this book and search. Yeah, maybe we'll create user, right? And yeah, create auth user, right? So this is one possibility, but I will not discuss much about this because I mean, this particular requirement is more for booking. How will we book and how will we search, rather than create user and all. This system has to have this, but yeah, we can build a separate system, authentication system, where we'll go and create the user. Again, we don't need much traffic here. Okay, not yeah, very less traffic actually. Okay, so again, I mean, non in the uh, so actually I created one uh, reference document here. So let's see this, what am I missing here? Yeah, so functional requirement, I spoke about few things here. Out of scope, yeah, we spoke about that highly availability. Yeah, do some estimation. So I didn't do much estimation for this one. Yeah, I didn't do much estimation for this one, but I think this is a good point, I missed it. So after the non-functional, let's add this non-functional. We can say some estimation right here. Okay, we'll say estimation. So as we said, 10 location, okay, 1000 spots. Okay, let's say every day, daily user, let's say um, let's say 1000 people in one location booking, 10 location, of course 10,000, let's say 100,000. Okay, so 100,000, let's say daily user are coming. So in 1 second I can say one user is coming, right? So in 1 second one user yeah, are trying to either search or book. Okay, yeah, let's say equal probability. Okay, anyway, again we should have asked one more question, like how long are we going to keep this data in the system, right? So I think so storage, okay, storage, how long? So maybe let's say maybe 5 year. Okay, 5 year we want to keep the data, or maybe I think 5 years is too much. It is no point actually keeping the data for even more than 1 month or 2 months, but the user wants to see maybe. Okay, let's say the user wants to see at least 1 year of data, how many spots he has booked, things like that. Okay, so let's say 1 year we want to keep it. Okay, so this is one good component for using TTL. Okay, so what else? mm, Anything else? Let's see. um, yeah, I think we spoke about how many users, how many a second, like 1 second one user, so 1 second per request, right? um, uh, One request per second, one request per second. It can be search or it can be book also. Okay, storage, how long? 1 year. Okay, we spoke about this now. Okay, fine. um, so finally, okay, let's now talk about data models. Okay, data models. So yeah, data models, let's see data models. So in this requirement, I can see that we need, of course, user table. Okay, um, user table, user ID. In the user table, of course, user ID and some information extra. Okay, um, user ID, let's say name, let's say yeah, this fine. Okay, yeah, now let's say spot, right? So garage, right? Let's say there is a garage table. Okay, okay, now let's say there is a garage table, and we can say garage ID. That will actually be our location, because we need this information, location ID, to search, right? How many spots are there, so that will be counted by number of records. um, Garage ID, some information about the Jeep. Okay, what else? um, Now one user booking, so we need booking table. Okay, booking ID. Okay, what type of vehicle we booked. Okay, then spot, another data could be spot ID, spot ID. okay, and type of spot, booking ID type. Okay, now booking, in the booking I can say booking ID type, and what else, booking ID type, and booking ID type, and what else, type means type of vehicle, or type of spot, I can say type of spot. Okay, then done or not. Okay, so that will be actually ID, spot ID, type, and booked or not. Okay, book status we can say, let's see. Okay, so these are the kinds of data we need. Booking ID type of spot. Yeah, one more thing, maybe date, right? Time. Okay, we'll say time, start time, and end time. Okay, booking, good. So these are the kind of data models we need. Now let's say one user has booked, let's say one uh, from time to end time, then we'll uh, yeah, we'll actually insert a record here, and we see which spots are free. So status will be uh, booked, booking, okay, or no status, right? So I can say free. So there is these three status can be has three status. Now booking, uh, yeah, user ID, name. Okay, anything else am I missing here? So yeah, when a user come, they will look at the spot, which one is free, they will book it. Once it is done booking, then a record will be created in the booking. They will select the garage. Okay, user. So now I need another spot ID. Yeah, so who has actually, so we can say type of spot, and we can say who has booked, right? So who, or the user. Okay, user information also we need. Okay, so we'll say time, type of booking, and we'll say user. Okay, so yeah, so this kind of data we can keep it here in the data models. Okay, now let's move on and talk about the data database. Okay, so you can see clearly very structured data here, and we also need consistency, highly consistent database. Okay, so we actually, I think it is good to go with a structured data SQL database. Okay, and I am just I'm just choosing SQL database here because it is actually good for structured data, and also good for building relationship, and also good for like highly consistent feature, right? Okay, so we need consistency here, so we can actually go and log this spot, right? So we can actually go and log this spot database completely, or maybe record wise. Okay, in fact this can be built using a NoSQL database also, but I am just going with this SQL database here. Okay, um, not a big deal, we are not dealing with a lot of data, a lot of unstructured data, so it is still a good decision for using SQL database. Okay, so fine. So we'll as I said, we'll use SQL database. But again, we are talking about scalability in future. We want to scale our design. We want to scale this maybe throughout USA in future. Then it will be good for us to use. I would say I would recommend to use AWS, um, AWS Aurora. Okay, AWS MySQL or AWS Aurora for this particular architecture here. Okay, so let's go with SQL database. I chose Aurora. Okay, maybe MySQL is also fine. Very simple database. Okay, but I'm just using AWS because I don't want to manage myself, and AWS will take care of management. That's why I'm going to go with AWS. Okay, fine. Now as we have spoken about the database, define API, we spoke about design data models, we spoke about final draw the diagram. Okay, now so now let's see. Fine, this is all good. Cool. Now let's build the system. Okay, so okay, we are talking about web users, so I'll put the users here. Okay, we are talking about some few CRUD APIs, so I'll use a API gateway. AWS API gateway is highly scalable again, so in future we are talking about scalability, building a scalable system. So API gateway will help us scaling and load balancing, yeah, scalability and load balancing. Okay, so it will act as a load balancer as well as our API gateway or router, we can say. Okay, so so let's talk about yeah, let's go and say book API, right? And we also talk about search API. So of course book is a write database, sorry, write operation, and search is a read operation. Okay, yeah, so definitely this search will be little more than the book operation for sure, because maybe 2 or 3 people might be actually trying to book at the time when someone else is booking. So we'll redirect this to our search service here. Okay, search service, this can be actually built by an EC2, or because it's a very tiny operation, it's just a matter of like going and checking which are the valid records, which are the spots which are free right now from the database. I would actually go with Lambda. Okay, lambdas are highly scalable. We sometimes call it as infinitely scalable also, though it is not a, I mean, we are again, it's not, but we want in future we might want a scalable system. So yeah, we'll go with Lambda, very cheap. We don't have to maintain again. Okay, serverless component, it's easy to manage. That's why let's go with a search Lambda. Okay, fine. Now right component, yeah. So this is the interesting component, because right component should be consistent. Okay, and this guy should have some intelligence of locking the system, or check only the available spot and book it. When book it, let's say when, so we'll say consistent log, then book, and then on log. So this service should do these few things. Okay, and this is our this can also be a lambda, but I would say that we should not use lambda here, because what if the yeah, the booking, let's say, take longer, right? But I think again 15-minute lambda timeout is a very good constraint here. We can still use lambda if we say that in 5 minutes someone has to book, complete, or throw them out, like timeout, and just release the log and make it available. Okay, so yeah, so that I will go with that. Now then I'll build my database. Okay, yeah, now this guy will talk to the database. It will do the log, whatever it wants to do. Yeah, write all these write operations. Okay, this is only for write, so make sure this is, you just convey this properly. This is for write. I will just write it here. How will I write it? Right. Okay, and this is for oops, read. This is for read. Okay, fine. Now we might want to use maybe a little more yes, lambdas are anyway highly scalable, so yeah, I'll put like this. Okay, multiple lambdas can spawn when there is a read request. It will search the database, so we'll build some read replica. Okay, yeah, we'll build some read replicas, but I just want to mention that we have to have the status, like I said, that free, booking, or booked, right? So this search lambda will only read the tables from this read replica which has the status free. We want to skip the booked or booking. Okay, yeah, so I'll say read replica. Oops, what happened? Read replica, and this is also read replica. Okay, and this is my MySQL or Aurora. Okay, whatever. Yeah. What else? We'll add this another read. Okay, okay. Oops. Okay, okay, so I did not add any load balancer because API gateway itself can act as a load balancer, and it has its own configuration where you can actually do the routing as per the geographical location, as per the the load of an instance, all those things. But we're talking about using lambdas for our purpose. I have not added one more component here. So our booking, right? So a payment, so we also have to integrate the payment. I don't want to build the payment system. I want to integrate a third party product like PayPal in my case. So user will come and it will go and search availability. Once it gets the data of availability, it will go and click a button, and at that time it will go and um, um, actually it will pay for the spot, right? So we'll say we'll add this somewhere here. Okay, then we'll say PayPal. Okay, we pay the money, right? So we'll pay the money, and yeah, so I'll say maybe I'll put it here. Okay, let's put it here. Yeah. Okay, I'll actually add one more component instead of putting it here. It's going little crazy actually. Let's put another write service. This is consistent log book, right? So this is all we have a write service. So let's add this write service. I missed, or booking service. We can call it booking service. Okay, I'll call it booking service. Okay, and this guy what it can do is actually it can talk to the payment gateway. So first this guy will go user read the data, right? And the UI will present with booking, so it will go and so it will say okay book. It will give the information and it will say book this service to the booking service. Booking service, what this guy can do, this guy can talk to the payment gateway, right? PayPal, get the payment, and then it will go. Okay, of course we will, PayPal will not call us. Yeah, so and after that it will go and log the record. If the payment is done, it will go and log the record and then book and then unlock. Okay, so I'll take PayPal. Yeah, this is this is what I will do. Anything else that we need to talk about here? Yeah, what else? Anything else I'm missing here? Yeah, I want to talk about one thing, like for example this system works, and we want to build another system. Then we can actually, I want this full infrastructure to be written in Terraform or cloud formation template, that infrastructure as a code service, and I can build this system. Okay, and if it is proved for one location, it will it will work for multiple location as well. So I'll just define that, okay, which is another region that I want to publish it. Do I want to have um, like multiple aged region? I can uh, yeah, multiple availability zone I can create, and I can create more similar services, and I can build a routing service actually on top. So maybe what I can do, so API gateway, I can build another routing service here. Okay, and if a user is coming from I detect that in maybe a, yeah, let's do this. So I can say routing service. Okay, and because I have the user information, when a user comes from one location, what this guy can do, this guy actually, so API gateway, when it is going to book something, it will actually talk to this routing service, find which um, this suite, which service suite it wants to use, and then it will redirect to that particular location. So what we can do, we can actually build another layer in between this, right? So which will actually take care of this routing, like routing the request to the full shoot. So how will it look like? So I can say this one is, let's say, spot 1. Okay, and this one is, let's say okay, spot 2. Okay, this spot 1 will have full everything that is running here. This guy can go here. Okay, everything here, right? One more copy, this guy can go here. Oops. Like this route, there will be a writing service like this guy can redirect this depending on the user request. Okay, and this API gateway, these two things can come here again, here. Yeah, okay. So this is how we can actually scale these to multiple different location. Okay, as long as, I mean, if once we prove it for one location, we can build this system for multiple locations. Okay, and yeah, this can actually this can be a VPN maybe. Yeah, we can actually create a VPN network, VPN1, VPN2, like this, and yeah, go from there. Okay, I think this is it, guys. This is how I will solve this problem. This is how I will explain this in a design interview. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you learned something about this excalidraw. I actually, yeah, it is little um, um, I don't know. Okay, yeah, I'm not used to it, so I struggle a little bit, but yeah, this is okay. Yeah, very simple. We just have to actually um, uh, we have to actually be cautious about and be mindful about the consistency here. We should want to mention about locking records. Also, we want to mention about locking database. Yeah, read replica, little bit of, yeah, yeah, little, I mean, read replica is fine. Yeah, um, but yeah, we want to build consistent. Uh, yeah, that's it, guys. I hope, yeah, we can do much better next time.